Check, check, check. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Uno Mino 1264. Alpha Niner 83600. Sequence code unlocked. Your brain is now engaged. You may now activate listening mode. Starting now.
Access granted.
What's up, ladies and gents? Chads and chadettes. People and people. This is really something I didn't think I'd start making now. Like advice type videos. I mean, this isn't related to Forefront at all. I'm going to have Forefront gameplay that you're probably seeing right now here in the background behind this audio I'm recording. But, you know, I'm editing videos today, and I had someone reach out to me, which I've had a lot of people reach out to me, actually. And over, like, the course of the last, really, like, 6 months. I wouldn't say my channel is really blown up. Definitely not blown up. But I wouldn't say it's gotten like any attention until Forefront came out. So thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos. Everything. I'm so grateful. Didn't think I'd be getting a whole lot of like fan type messages, like asking for advice for life type stuff. This early on when I have like only like 5K subs. But it's happened a lot, and I kind of want to give my piece of advice and like my own experience with my own progression and advances in my perceived career. And maybe that can lend a helping hand, because I wish a lot of the stuff I'm going to say that someone would have told me way earlier on when I was younger, because I didn't have anyone to do that. A lot of this stuff I kind of had to learn like on my own. And it's nothing like big, but it's just like it's not like a lot of y'all who have a dad, especially if he's like tech savvy and you want to do stuff in tech, you should be very grateful. Unless he's a complete idiot. I mean, you know, you never know, but you should be very grateful, because I didn't really have, my dad was never around. My mom did a great job. I love her to death. However, she is very wrong in a lot of ways. And in a lot of ways, she held me back from advancing my career and trying to do the things I want to do. And I haven't really thought of a title for what I'm going to name this yet. The kind of idea was like make a plan, because I don't think people really understand how important that is. You hear like stuff like the Nike logo, like just do it. You just got to get up and do it. You got to start something, which is very true. Very true. You know, like the Dalai Lama had something where like someone asked him, I think before he died, like what was the most important thing? And instead of, you know, this is the Dalai Lama. And it's been so long I can't remember if this is actually true or not, but I've heard it enough times that I'm repeating it now. But like someone asked him, you know, what's the most important thing? And this is the Dalai Lama, you know, they're big into meditation, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't respond with like, oh, meditation, seeking a peaceful mind, anything like that. Like he responded apparently with like action. Action's the most important thing. So that is very true. You need to, if you're not doing anything, nothing is going to happen. So action is extremely important. However, action without a plan can very often waste your energy, resources, and sometimes even like set you back worse than where you originally started from. So really trying to hone in and focus your energy is what you need to do too. And that's what I mean by like make a plan. Like how are you going to achieve your goals? What are you going to do? Where are you going to allocate your resources, your time, your energy, your thoughts to get what you want? And for me, I could sound like a broken record going on and on. Like I want to make more videos, stream more, because I feel like that's the best way to like show my appreciation for those who like my stuff, is making more stuff. Because just damn, this is what I want to do. Like I grew up, like I remember the video that like I was like, oh, I want to do YouTube. And it was a CNanners Minecraft video. Like one of his like early play, like I think it was like literally his first playthrough like ever. And I got Minecraft like right when it dropped. I remember when it was like in alpha, I was in 7th grade, and this 8th grader I was friends with, like he got me like a cracked version of it on a USB, and I like put it in this like rat little, like I don't even know how it ran, computer that we had back at home. And you know, that was the shit, you know. That's how I got into Minecraft. But seeing that video, I was like, whoa, like I want to do this. Like I want to make videos, and I wish this could be my job. And honestly, you know, as a kid, you're thinking like, oh man, if I could make money playing video games, what? Like, okay, yes, mom, I've decided what I want to do, you know? So that's where I was at. And yeah, seeing that video really sparked a lot of stuff. And a lot of my videos kind of from that time period are still available on my channel. Like if someone goes to my videos and like sorts them by oldest, you'll see my like Skyrim guides from like 2011, which was when I was a freshman in college. That was like 2 years after I got Minecraft. I can't remember exactly when that CNanners video came out, but anyway, like you can, I still have some of my earliest videos public on like this channel because I've been using the same channel. I used to have an old channel, but I think like I deleted it a long time ago, and I regret that because on that one I had like Call of Duty gameplays that I got from playing like modern old school, not the remastered crap, but the old school good Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, which I would literally record. Like you got to make things happen, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like make a plan. When you want something, think it out, figure out what it takes, like a video game quest line. And figure out what it takes, and then break it down to the lowest level, to steps, and then start from square one. You know, like I heard a saying once that if you go to climb Mount Everest and you're at the very bottom of the mountain and you look at the very top, it's going to be very daunting. You know, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I gotta do all that crap. But if you just look straight ahead, just one step at a time, just keep moving, it's a lot, you know, you're not going to get that same kind of daunting or worry. So, loop backing around, I wanted to record, you know, Call of Duty videos. So I literally like, and this was so long ago, this was like 2009. So like, I literally had like my mom's VCR, and I figured out how you could, you know, write, or like, you know, because like my mom would sometimes record movies and put them on DVDs. So I was like, oh, I can do that with my Xbox. So I would do that, put the thing on a DVD, put it in the computer, get the video file like from the DVD, and that's how I would like upload it. And it was so janky. Obviously, it was so blurry and all this crap, but it worked. I wish I still had it anyway. So long story short, that was the first channel that's gone forever. This is my main channel that I've still had like since that time period, because I must have made it like right. I don't remember what or why, but anyway, but here we are. This is the channel. And that's what I wanted to do, was like become a YouTuber. And like I've always been a good entertainer. Like I was a class clown. Like I was popular in school. You know, I had a lot of friends, and it's fun. You know, being like the guy, being like the dude that people like want to be around, that people want, you know, to talk to and all that stuff. So I was always trying to make people laugh, make people happy. And seeing that like it was possible to like combine that with like playing video games, which I loved, because that was often like my escape and my like source of happiness as a kid. And other than being outside, I mean, I had like tons of neighborhood kids that literally one of my front 2 teeth are fake because I got a fucking hockey puck to the mouth when I was like 10 or 11. You know, we would play like street hockey with roller skates. But still, I loved gaming, you know. I'm getting insecure thinking like, oh, I'm saying I loved gaming as a kid makes it sound like I was a loser and always, no. The stigma's changed. It was like that when I was a kid. If you were inside all the time playing video games, people thought you were a loser. Now girls are gaming, everything. Like, the stigma's completely changed, which is good. Kids are going to college, getting scholarships for Fortnite and stuff. Ridiculous. In a good way. It's great. And so I really started on this channel in the best way I could early on. And, it didn't really get anywhere, so I didn't keep it up, which is one of the main things I'm going to get to eventually. That's such a major thing. If you want to do this, you got to really do it. Or you have to have such a really good niche that you just blow up. Anyway, which is very, very, that's like less than 0.1%. That's like less than 1%. Anyway, so like I had this Skyrim videos and all this other stuff, and I'm kind of giving the whole backstory, which isn't really the point of the video I wanted it to be. So I'll get back to the point. I am only now kind of reaching the level I've imagined and wanted. And I'm just starting. And God bless all of you, because I would not be starting anything if not for y'all. If y'all weren't watching my stuff, following, subscribing, everything, like holding and watching throughout the whole live streams, donating even, like, I wouldn't have any kind of embers burning here to like have this little fire growing, like y'all are the fire. Without y'all, there is none of it. So thank you so much. It goes twofold. You as a creator have to put in the effort, and it has to be good enough that the audience, is reciprocating. Like, they're really, you can set, you're like as a creator, you're the logs. You're setting up the fire. You're the logs for the campfire, and you're trying to light it, and the flames keep going. That's the audience, and the wind, keeping it going. Weird analogy, but I hope some people get that. I'm only now really doing anything, and it's kind of hard because the IRL. I'm 28, gonna turn 29 here in August. And, it's kind of hard with the IRL job I have. I sell cars, so my schedule is extremely sporadic. It's hard for me to keep a consistent streaming schedule, which is something I'd recommend to anyone trying to build their channel. You need to treat it like a blue-collar job. Bang, bang, bang. You say you're going to stream at this time, be there at this time. It's hard for me to do that. So extra gratefulness to all y'all who put up with that and watch, because of just, if I have appointments who call in at the last minute, like right before I'm about to leave, and they're like, hey, we're going to be there in 10 minutes. Well, selling someone a car can take 1 to 3 hours, sometimes more, depending on, all the kind of crap you have to deal with. So it's hard for me to, that's not something I'm personally failing on, that I'm hoping to get better at. I'm actively looking for a new job. Would love to get a video editing job so I can further my own skills and better the content here and get paid for it until I'm able to make this my own, like, sustainable business. And the main thing that's helped me is looping back is just having a plan. Like, I'm very lucky. I've had a good girlfriend who I've been with for years now, who is supportive of my stuff and has put up with me posting daily videos. Daily videos. And I don't really mean like long form videos, but shorts. I have so many YouTube shorts. It is insane. My friend once joked about how like people like you are the reason why YouTube Premium and stuff costs so much money, because they have to pay for the server hosting. And I was like, oh, damn, I never really thought about that. I can't imagine how much space all the content I have on my channel takes up somewhere in the world on some device. But yeah, like when I was in 2020, that's when I really got into really trying YouTube. And that's really how I got to 4K subs. Y'all see me now, as of making this video, I'm at like 5,142. So really, Forefront has only given me this like last 1,142 and all this current notoriety. Maybe some of y'all are still here from back when I played Pavlov, and if so, God bless you. Thank you for being here for years. But yeah, in 2020, when I got my Quest 1, I literally got it for Pavlov. Some friend of mine, shout out my friend Danny, showed me Super Hot on his Quest 1. He brought it over when I had my solo apartment, and I was blown away. I did not know the technology was that good. I was like, what? And so I started researching it, and I saw videos of Pavlov, and I was like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like, growing up on Call of Duty, like, I was like, now your whole body is the controller, you're really aiming. I was like, I gotta get this. So I ended up getting a Quest 1, and that's what kind of started everything. And that was, right when COVID happened. I had moved back into my mom's because she almost had to file bankruptcy on her house, our kind of like family home. So I moved back in to help them out instead of, renewing the lease. And it aligned perfectly. It was just like the month I was about to renew the lease at my apartment. And instead I moved back in and was literally living in my mom's basement. Like that stereotype you hear. Oh, you're in your mom's basement. I was. And it was fucking awesome. I made the absolute best of it. It was big as hell. I had so much space for VR. The only problem was the ceiling was pretty low, and sometimes I would punch the rafters, and that would kind of hurt. Thankfully, I somehow never broke the Quest 1 controller because, those had the ring on them on the top, so those were super easy to break, I heard from a lot of people. But that's when I really implemented the plan, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start recording videos and, like, pumping these out, trying to do like 1 short a day, and then it grew to like 2 shorts a day, and then at 3 I've tested 3 shorts a day, 4 shorts a day. The sweet spot I feel like is 3. That's what I've been doing now, kind of like over the last like year. And I used to do that on the tail end of Pavlov, like in 2022, 2023. That really feels like the sweet spot. And on top of that, trying to do like 2, if you're doing gameplay videos, I would say like 2, maybe 3 a week. Really high quality, like a lot of editing required long form videos, maybe 1 a week, 1 every 2 weeks. But yeah, like setting out an actual plan to, get stuff done, get stuff out. There is the action of doing it, but what I'm kind of building up to is the levels to this whole thing. I got the Quest 1, I was doing videos, and then it was like, okay, how do I make the videos better? And there was, PC VR. That wasn't an option at the time, but I kind of broke down everything. For me, then, the main option, like, I won't go into the whole details of my personal life, but I moved in with my mom to help my mom because she's my mom. But I knew as soon as everything was good, I had to get the hell out and get my own place again. So that was priority number 1. You need to figure out all your priorities. What is going to be the best benefit to you getting your goal, getting what you want, setting up the life you need. So that's where I was at. And then so I got my own place and everything. By that time, Quest 2 had been out. I was mainly playing Contractors as well as Pavlov at the time. Still uploading so many videos. Like if people actually go back through, the easiest way would to look at my playlists on my channel. Like I have Contractors clips, Pavlov clips. They're all there's hundreds in both. Like I did so many videos, and it didn't really get me anywhere. Contractors really didn't get me anywhere. Pavlov did, but the whole thing is you got to stick at it. I didn't kind of. From 2023 to 2024, I would say, was the only kind of gap I took. I still broke down everything. Eventually I saved up and got a better graphics card so I could attempt to do Steam VR because I really wanted to do Skyrim VR, which was something I always dreamt of doing, which was something I was able to do in 2023. And you can go back and check some of the live streams. I haven't done any recently because it would just be such a bitch to set all up again. I haven't had. There are other priorities now, but I feel like I'm getting way off track. This is gonna be at the tail end of the video that I'm giving the actual kind of steps. But recently, what I was tackling was, now that I've kind of been making more money with the job I've had, since I moved out of my mom's. In 2021, I stayed there for a year to help out. Me and my girl got 1 place, and we moved out, got a 2nd place, 3rd place. Damn, so this is the 4th place now that we've gotten since 2021. It's 2026 now. So some places 2 places we stayed at for 2 years, the rest we left after 1. This place I intend to stay at a while, and this was part of the goal, was getting and I'm happy my girl was on board with me. Was getting a place where I could have a whole room to turn into a studio, because especially if you're doing VR stuff, you need space, big time. I mean, I guess unless you're like one of those people who can play sitting down, I cannot do that. I have to be like standing up in full free range of motion. I can't play sitting down. I can't do that. Maybe if I was playing some racing game where I'm like sitting in a car, maybe. Yeah, that sounds actually fun. So that's probably the only way I'd play it, sitting down. Anyway, so getting a place with space was a big goal for me. And even my girl, like, she loves me, so there would be many times, and we'd, you know, to fit our budget, we'd have small apartments. So she'd often, like, sometimes sleep in the living room. Like, instead of going to the bedroom, she'd just, like, we'd have maybe like a one bedroom, and she would just fall asleep in the living room. And I would be still like, well, I'm about to stream, and it's like, oh, now I got to be really quiet so I don't wake her up. And you know, in hindsight, maybe I could have just been like, hey, baby, you know, go to bed. And I try to if you have a girlfriend or a wife, you know what I mean. That doesn't always work out. You know, they take priority, hands down. They take priority, and it's a weird paradox, because also girls appreciate and like you more when you are driven and you have a purpose. And you need to stick to that purpose. So sometimes, most times, your girl will respect you putting that purpose above them, because they know it's not really above them. They're here with you along with the ride, and you're their provider, protector. That you have to focus on what is going to support y'all. But if you have a girlfriend or a wife, you know how waking one up can, when they're in a deep slumber, how that can turn out. Anyway, moving on. She really wanted me to have my own space to do my stuff, and I was really happy for that. That's really cool that she was supportive of that. And we got this in this place that we're in right now. And this whole setup is the best I've ever had. That was level 1, getting a good place. Then it was, okay, we got it. I got my creative studio. Now I can start doing my like new VR news series again. Because getting this thing, like, you have to think of it like a quest. You have to think of it like, if you played RuneScape, this will make a whole lot of sense. But you got to think of it like, gamify it, like a quest. To do this quest, you need this requirements. You need level 40 attack, 40 strength, 25 cooking. You need to have these quests done as well. You need to gamify your objective to be like, okay, to get this ultimately done, these are the things, bang, 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 that I need to have acquired or done before it'll even allow me to do the main thing I want to do. So, like, getting this apartment was the big one. And then it was like, okay, got it. That unlocked then me being able to do my other series. Because at my last apartment, like, it was just too time consuming, having to, like, rewire the whole... I would literally record those first new VR news videos I was doing. I would record in this closet that we had by the kitchen, and I would literally have to like get like this 20-foot cord and like run it through the kitchen, like over the sink and everything. And then it was so in the way, especially if I'd have to make sure my girl was asleep or something, and then, you know, it was just so annoying. I wanted it to be like bang, bang. I just sit down and be able to do it, bang. And it was, so that's really why that was on pause for a year. So having this place unlocked, me being able to do that series again, it also has now unlocked like kind of other things, because now that priority is checked off, now I can go down to the next one, which was really like building up the stream and recording quality. Because previously I was using like a kind of I built my girl's PC. In our last apartment, our PCs were like right by each other. So it was really easy for have the wiring just go to her computer, and, you know, use her computer as my streaming PC when she wasn't using it. In this new place, it's not that way. Her room is our bedroom and blah blah blah, and so this is my office room. The computers are not close anymore. So I busted out my old computer that I have, and was using that as a streaming PC, which barely worked. So that was the first thing. Now that I've gotten this place, was leveling up the streaming PC, which I've now done, like, just recently, and that was a major boost, especially to my own sanity, because if those of y'all who've been watching the streams, like, know the issues I was having. prior to this new PC. And I've still been having issues. We had issues literally last night until y'all told me everything was good, and I was just being crazy. Because even after getting the streaming PC, like those who don't know about dual PC streaming, if you ever get into it, you'll learn the hard way. It is not as easy as just, hooking up this computer to that computer. No. You need a capture. You still need a capture card. And then even then, hooking it up to the capture card and then hooking it up to the streaming PC, you will run into so many bullshit issues. It will drive you crazy. Micro stutters, screen tearing when there shouldn't be any, when everything looks like on paper that it should run perfectly. Which now I've only now ironed out. So I've gone down this whole list. Even audio. Audio is something that a lot of people struggle with. For me, that has been no struggle at all, because I've already gone through that struggle pre all this VR stuff since I used to make music. Like for like a lot, probably none of y'all know this since I don't really broadcast it. But I used to have a music. That's what OGY really is. It stands for Only Got Yourself, which is like a self-sufficiency thing. Like you only got yourself to blame for your actions, your everything. So you need to get at it. You need to take care of yourself. But it was also a music group originally that I had with a bunch of friends. And COVID kind of killed it. Like we had it kind of from 2017 to 2020. And so I already had like this really good audio setup from there, like the SMB71 microphone, which is like industry standard. It's like the one you see in all kinds of podcasts, and you know, if you see someone like in the studio making music, like this is usually the kind of mic they have, unless it's like a super high grade studio mic, which can be like 10, 20 grand. But I got like the Scarlett 2i2, audio interface. Like my audio's been good even before I got the Quest 1. So that's never been an issue for me. So that is an issue for some people. So that's what I'm kind of alluding to. You need to break down every little aspect. Okay, you want to be a great streamer, content producer, whatever. How are you going to do it? How are you going to get there? You need good videos. Okay, what kind of videos are you going to make? How are you going to record them? Are you going to stream them too? Are you going to stream and record? If you're going to do that, okay, how are you going to stream it now as well? If you're also going to record, how are you also going to stream it? All these things you got to break down. Okay, you're going to stream it. Okay, have you tested it? Have you tested, let's say you have one PC, have you even tested playing the game you want to stream and record and streaming it while you're recording it, while you're playing it on one PC? Do you know if it's possible? Have you tested different, it takes countless hours to get everything, good. And I don't want people to be discouraged, because I've had a lot of people message me who sound very discouraged. And this is a very saturated space. Anything like art, media, game-wise is going to be extremely saturated. Meaning there's going to be a lot of competition. Meaning you're going to have to be exceptional to stand out. And I'm not saying that I'm exceptional. I'm not trying to brag, but I do have an exceptional work ethic. I have been at this for a while now, posting constantly, trying, experimenting with all different things and variations. That's why I upload my YouTube shorts as square. People ask me that, why don't you upload them as vertical? Because honestly, if I look at my YouTube stats, I get 30% of my viewership from the TV. So many people watch my videos, the shorts, the YouTube shorts on TVs. And if you watch a YouTube short on the TV in vertical format, it's going to be vertical on the TV. It's not going to stretch out or anything. It's going to be so small. But if it's square, it is way easier to see. So that's the main reason. And even then, when people do these vertical things, and a lot of times, unless it's you're really listening for the audio, it just cuts off so much when the video is vertical. So that's another thing too. Not only do I not like it visually, but statistically, it appears to be better to upload my YouTube shorts as square. So it's stuff like that, experimenting with that, even color grading, so your videos look better, all kinds of different stuff. I know people who have audio issues. You'll test out different programs, because maybe this program there's more of a I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but there's more of a buzz in the background, just like just because of the program, not because of really your mic or your settings, but just because of the program. You'll be getting feedback. That's what I'm looking for, feedback, like needless buzzing noise. Anyway, so you gotta plot this out and then tackle it like one by one, and don't get discouraged. And then if something that you feel like is really hard, or if you feel like right now, what I really want to try, well, before I possibly trail off, if you feel like you don't have the resources for something, or it's too impossible to tackle right now, you put it to the side, move to the next thing. Like right now, what I really want to do is I want to test using pass-through with this current capture card, because I feel like that will make my streams and recordings look even better, look even smoother. I can't do that, however, because my monitors are so bad. I have 4 monitors. My main computer, I have 3 monitors. My streaming PC is just 1 monitor. All of them are 1080p. I'm so behind. All of them are just 1080p. I know. For those of y'all who've been PC gaming, my friend, he beats the shit out of me. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how are you even playing? You got to get like at least a 2K monitor, bro. Like, how are you even like? It'll look so much. Anyway, I've been behind on the times. I have all 1080p monitors. My main monitor is 120 hertz at least. All the other ones are 60 hertz. Like, they are all like bare bottom of the barrel monitors. And so that is now bottlenecking me, because I can't even do the pass-through, because the HDMI ports on the GPUs, on the capture cards, are HDMI 2.1, which I didn't even really know about different HDMI ports until this last week, when I was going through this whole issue and testing it out, doing this experimenting. And, I had to find out that, okay, the reason why it's not displaying on my monitor is because my monitor's HDMI port is 1.4. It needs to at least be 2.0 or higher. So at least now I have a reason to upgrade, monitors, which will make everything look better. And I'm really only gonna, I don't want to just waste money needlessly, so I'm really gonna upgrade the gaming monitor. But it blows my mind too that I was looking it up. You can get like 144 hertz 2K monitor with HDMI 2.1 for like $150. I'm unk mode for real, bro. Old head over here. I was thinking they'd be like $350. $150. What? So that's like my current bottleneck. But I wouldn't have found that out without this experimenting. And it's something I can't tackle right now. So I'm putting it off to the side, and I'm tackling the next thing. Like what I did last night was a current issue I've had is now I've been multi-streaming, which was something I tackled way before, because when I was originally only streaming on my old computer, it could really only handle me streaming to YouTube, sometimes YouTube and Twitch combined. Now, with this new streaming PC, and with the gigabyte Google Fiber internet I have at this apartment, which is another thing. Since I knew I was going to be streaming, I made sure I was looking for an apartment that had Google Fiber available. So like that's what I mean. You got to have a plan. Everything would have been so screwed up if I would have just moved into this apartment and found out that there was no Google Fiber or any kind of high-speed internet like that available. Like, I would not be able. That would be the biggest unfixable holdback. So if I wouldn't have had that planned out and knew, hey, that's something I'm going to need, that could have literally screwed up everything. So that's why you have to have a plan. So with this new PC now, I can stream to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, all at once while it's recording, all on one computer. Incredible. So then the next issue was, okay, it's kind of hard to see all the chats. Like, I'm missing messages from different platforms. So literally yesterday is when I tackled that issue and, researched all these different softwares and tested out this one and that one, and then found one that really works for me and my setup to see all the chat. It merges all the chats from all streams into one chat. And then the next issue from that is now being able to see it in the headset, which is a way harder issue. Thank God. Shout out Old Cloud. He's another big VR YouTuber. coming up. Makes very good, high quality, very good edited videos. Check him out. Check out his streaming too. He plays Forefront, so if y'all are Forefront people, this is a no-brainer. Check him out. But he gave me the tip on Open Kneeboard, which is something I've yet to implement, but I'm checking out, which will apparently make it a lot easier for me to see the chat in my headset, because that's kind of the problem I'm at now too. Because now that I have it all merged, I can have it on one window, just on one monitor, and like look up from my headset and read it that way, which is what I did last night and what I'll do when we stream tonight. But yeah, like I'm going through each issue as it comes. You know, as I get more car deals at my job and bring some more money in, I'll eventually get the monitor, and then we'll try the pass-through and see if that works. Even if that doesn't work, you know, I needed a monitor upgrade anyway, so that's another thing too. Be smart about your plan. Like, don't waste your resources. The whole point of making a plan is to avoid that, is to avoid wasting your time and resources, so that you can get what you want and get it quickly, like without waste. Time is your most valuable asset. If you are young and haven't figured that out already, let me be the one to tell you. That's why rich people sometimes say they would give millions of dollars just to have 10 minutes with their dad again. Because time you cannot get back. Money you can get back. You can be a millionaire, lose it all, and become a millionaire again. But you cannot go back in time. You get 24 hours in a day. A lot of that is spent sleeping. So you need to spend your waking hours, your free time, the best you can. I don't really take time off. This is my time off, because this is what I love doing. So that's the other thing too. If you don't love doing this, you're probably not going to be able to do it, just because of how much it all takes. You need to love doing it. You need to love whatever you're going to do. You need to love doing it. And if you don't know what you love to do, oh man, like thank you for watching the video, but you're not even at this point yet. You need to figure out what you want to do first. Because once you're there, once you figure out what you want to do and you're doing it, you're going to be like a madman. You're going to be like a crazy person. I make my girl so mad so many nights. She gets so mad because there's so many times I do not come to bed with her. And I'll stay up till 3, 4 a.m. and I'll get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then you have to go into work and, you know, work with customers and crap. Because I'll be just going crazy trying to figure out one issue or the best way to do something, or how to get, you know, the best look or the best productivity. Get another 5% out of something, you know? Perfection. And if you're not crazy like that about something, figure it out. And if you're crazy about this, great. Then this is the video for you. Just plot out what you need, how you're going to get it, and then just go at it. So yeah. I think we're going to leave off there. Can't really think of, that feels like a good ending point. I can't really think of any more to say without possibly just doing circles, repeating myself. I hope, if you've watched this far, you know, God bless you. Thank you for helping boost my watch time. Especially since I'm trying to get that second level monetization on YouTube. So thank you. And obviously I hope it helped. Or else I wouldn't even have recorded this, you know. I've got a lot of people who've asked me for help, and, you know, it makes me feel good that people think that I can be a problem solver for their issue. You know, that people look up to me in that kind of regard, you know, feels good. It feels welcoming and warm. So yeah, I thought of this, and it's something that it's been a struggle, but it's been a good struggle. And life is a struggle. We're meant to struggle. If you can be comfortable being uncomfortable, you are a warrior, and you will overcome anything. Okay? So this has been a very good struggle I've been through to get to this point. God bless all of y'all who support my channel and watch all my videos, watch the live streams and everything. And I hope for your own endeavors and your own creative, whatever you want to do, I hope it works for you. And I hope this video helps you achieve that goal. that you're chasing. God bless. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And I'll see you around.